It's the most tranquil place in America today, in my opinion. You have to leave the country and go to a pretty secluded place to have what we have here. And we are just 10 minutes from Harbor Town or 30 minutes from Hilton Head. And I just don't think you find this anywhere in the country. I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast. Mr. Jonathan Hill, how are you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm good. Little afternoon podcast for us. Had a little lunch with a buddy of mine and got some calls to make this afternoon. But reliving the fact that it was just 3 or 4 days ago that we were at Haig Point,
Yeah.
literally, and when we said it, I'm like, wait a minute, was that just this weekend? That feels like a month ago.
Yeah, we were just there, and it feels like a lifetime ago.
Snap
But
back
maybe
to
because
reality.
time doesn't exist there. I think that is the real
It
answer.
really didn't. It really didn't.
Yeah, it was like, all right, you have to be at here for a 1:10 tea time. I think that might have been our only, and I think that we had a
That
dinner time.
at dinner, right? We had 2 5 o'clocks or 6 o'clocks and a tea time.
And then you just,
And
if you want to leave, you got to know when the ferry's leaving. That's it. You don't need
that
to
was it.
watch besides any of that.
Oh yeah,
It was outstanding. No,
so
this
good.
was fun. We got to recap our quick but incredible experience at Haig Point there at Defusky Island with a chat with Don Hunter, the CEO of Haig Point. It was incredible. Chatting with him because how kind he is as a person, and just hearing the stories of the incredible things that he has done. He's described as like kind of a master, like renovator or restorer, or brings new life and energy into a place. And he's done some incredible stuff. You'll hear about his times in Indiana. He went down to Florida for a bit, and then CCNC up there, Country Club of North Carolina in the Pinehurst area, and then now at Haig Point. And as he described it, and this might be the selling point of all selling points, he goes down for a job interview when you're supposed to be nervous, and he's sitting there on the back porch, and it's just peace, and he could hear the birds and the ocean, and he's like, "Ooh, I got to get this job." That's for work. That's not even like the vacation part or just the peaceful like hanging out. That's what he does. A pretty special place.
Well, the changes that he made already in the food part, because all the food was incredible in so many different ways. If that's going to be translated over into the community and the golf course, I cannot wait to see where that whole entire place ends up in the next 2 to 3 years. It's already, again, surreal is the word we kept saying over and over again.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how you just make it that much better. So
yeah. Oh, they're about to roll out their new plan, so pay attention. We'll be sharing that, of course, when it comes out. But we really just wanted to get Don on the podcast to talk about his own story, and then again about the goodness of Haig Point. So many thanks to him, all the staff, and man, this is one of my favorite answers ever about what golfers should do, is about thanking every single person that touches the golf course or has something to do with it, right?
yeah.
From the agronomy staff that's getting up in the middle of the night to make sure the course is as good as it can possibly be, to the people that are, checking you in, people that are out there late, like, be thankful, right? It's a game and we get to play it. But there's so many people that do it, and as he pointed out, they love what they do, and they never really get the recognition and thanks that they deserve. So, for Jonathan and myself, to the folks at Haig Point and any other golf courses that we get to play, if we don't say thank you, we really mean it, and we're going to try to do that a whole lot more. And we'd encourage everybody else to do it too. But really great answer from Don on that one, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
In the middle of the most frustrating rounds, it's still somebody out there who's taken the time to prepare. And the reality is, like, if you have time and money to go play this amazing game, it's probably okay. It's going to be okay. So
Yeah,
definitely
it's
be
going to be okay.
appreciative of everybody else behind you.
Yeah. One of the cool things, as we quickly give thanks to our friends at Summit Golf Brands, we were standing there I think it was after breakfast, and
It
somebody
was.
looks and says, "Oh, are those Be Dratty shirts? That's my favorite golf shirt." And I said, "You know what?
Yeah.
It's my favorite golf shirt too." I did not give the hint that we got the opportunity and privilege to work with these guys, but man, he was raving about that thing, wasn't he?
Well, and he also asked, he's like, "I've never seen the logo you got there, so we might need to figure out if we can get a golf cart logo, the best ball logo out there for the rest of the world to share." Yeah, I
At
mean,
some point,
again,
we'll have it out there.
no matter what the weather is, no matter what the conditions are, there's a place and a space for everything across the bead ratting line. I'm a big fan of wearing long sleeves when I'm playing golf. I've got 3 or 4 different options now, whether it's hot or cold. Um, we've got the shorts. I've got a pair of underwear. I mean, it's like the whole thing from top to bottom literally is amazing. So
Yeah, highly recommend. And if this gentleman happens to be listening, I didn't want to give it away, but you could save 20% on your order from Beadratty, Zero Restriction, Fairway, and Green by using the code BestBall20 at any of those websites. So if you really like the shirts and you want to save a little bit of money and get something great, go for it. Use BestBall20. So many thanks to those guys. It's fun to hear what we already know and believe echoed out there in the real world. So many thanks to our friends there. But yeah, let's get to our chat with Don Hunter so you guys can hear all about the goodness of Haig Point and why you need to check it out. Y'all enjoy. All right, joining us on the Whole Story podcast today, Mr. Don Hunter, the CEO of Haig Point. Don, welcome.
Nice to be here, guys. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Well, we got to start by saying thank you for just the incredible hospitality that you and your entire team showed to us this past weekend. It seems like forever ago, and it also seems like yesterday, where we got to spend a couple days with you and the team there at Haig Point. So thank you. It was a treat.
Well, we were honored to have you guys. It was a great week for us with Heritage. It's a unique experience that our members get to experience a championship just across the water from them. And we were thrilled that you guys were interested in coming by. So thanks.
Sure.
it was
Yeah, it
definitely
was
a unique experience. I remember talking to my wife at one point. I had a situation, I had to leave early. I'm like, well, we got to figure this out. She's like, you're just going to come home. I'm like, I have to catch a ferry. Like, I've got to time this thing out on the 40-minute mark to figure out when exactly I can come and go. So incredible place though. Like I, yeah, I've literally, you guys just said this past weekend. I'm thinking that was like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? But it was 3 days, 4 days
It was
ago.
3 days ago. Yeah. It's
yeah.
a busy week for us. I mean, we've got a little over 300 members. They all have family members and business friends here. It's a very active time on the island. And being an island with no bridge, you'd think that'd be a disadvantage during a national championship, but we can get you to Harbor Town in 10 minutes via that water taxi. And so no parking problems, no, yeah, no, we do the driving, so you can have a beer if you want one, and life is good.
It was incredibly good, and we'll talk more about just the great things happening there at Harbortown, including the week of the RBC Heritage that you guys got to experience. But with all our guests, we want to talk about like your story, right? Like our guest, how you got involved in this game of golf. I do need to thank our mutual friend Pete Kowalski, who made the introduction for us to you. But yeah, we want to hear your story. Like, I know you were at CCNC prior to, but where did golf start for you?
I've been in the golf business over 30 years, and I started early in my career, Vestavia Country Club in Birmingham, and my mentor there, Stu Lakequist, hooked me up with PGA National in Palm Beach Gardens. I worked there for several years. And then I got recruited by one of my members back to Indiana, where I grew up at Sycamore Hills Golf Club. And that was, a Jack Nicklaus signature course. We were able to get that course back in the top 100. It was a cleanup from an estate situation. And so I kind of honed a career out of getting clubs revived, and I've been doing that for 30 years now. 9 national championships so far. Hope to do one more before I retire. Mostly all amateur championships. But I love to be at a golf championship or a tournament.
Did you grow up playing the game of golf?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Did you grow up playing golf yourself?
I did. My dad was a pretty darn good golfer in Indianapolis. I've always been a not so good golfer, but I love the game. I love the logistics behind the game more than anything else. I love agronomy and landscaping and design, and the club business just pulls all those crazy things that I like to do together into one job. And I'm a people person, and so it's nice to be around so many great people.
It couldn't have been that hard of a decision to say, "Hey, I'm in Central America, Indiana, but someone's asking me to go live on an island in this idyllic world, this amazing golf course, and all these people who, again, the hospitality, not only from the staff, but also just the other members and the guests that were there, like absolutely top notch." So, who twisted your arm to move to the island?
So I had a recruiter call me. I was just finishing up actually at CCNC in Pinehurst, and had done a lot of project work there and was looking for my next challenge. And headhunter called me and told me about it. I was like, I don't know about that. And but I tell you what, I came here for an interview. I spent the night in the lighthouse. We have an actual lighthouse. It's
Wow.
over 150 years old. And I sat on the porch and I watched the sunrise over the Calabogie looking at Harbor Town. There wasn't a single sound other than birds and breeze. I'd never felt so at ease. And going into an interview, you're never at ease, but I was totally at ease. And I thought, boy, I just got to live here. And I've never regretted it. I love living on this island. I don't need a car on a regular basis. And everything is just taken care of here.
That's really cool. So do you actually you live on the island itself?
Yeah, so I work for Haig Point, which is about 2/3 of the island, and I live on Bloody Point, which is the opposite side on the Atlantic Ocean. My home faces the Atlantic Ocean. And so I wake up mostly to sunrises and almost nobody on the beach. It's just very tranquil. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. But if I need
Nice.
anything, I just Instacart it and my guys bring it over for me.
Very nice.
Wow.
Well, we had talked and you had mentioned that kind of your skill set or what you like doing is kind of restoration projects or revitalization, maybe that's the better word, of golf courses, communities. And I know you did a little bit of that, or you did that at CCNC, and then that was kind of the task as well, I believe, at Haig Point, correct?
Yeah. CCNC needed a lot of renovations to the clubhouse. They needed restoration of their food and beverage program. We were able to attract a great chef and do all that and get them ready for their upcoming renovation of the Cardinal Golf Course, which I'm hearing is still on track and moving forward. Here, uh, we've got a lot of development land here on Hague Point, and my job is to help revitalize or re-energize the building process, which we've started a new barging system to bring materials over. We've got a great transportation system that moves hourly now. And of course, we had to fix food and beverage here as well. So, it's just a lot of fun to take something that just needs a little tweaking and get new blood moving in it. Pete Kowalski's a big part of that. Once we get our development plans moving forward, will involve him in making sure we get the word out to the golf industry.
Does that include renovating any part of the golf course?
Yeah. We have just voted to do about $40 million worth of work here on Hague Point, and that
Wow.
includes all of the golf courses. everything from irrigation up, removing all the organic material, returfing everything, recontouring some of the greens, all new grasses everywhere, all new bunkering systems. So what you played is only going to get better from here.
Well, we found a lot of bunkers. We found a lot of thick, rough, and we had a lot of fun. Robbie and I had a guest a while back talk about vertical hazards. There were a number of trees that were in the way of our errant shots that turned into an interesting afternoon. Besides the worry of like losing your ball in the marsh and all the other natural spaces that were there, but yeah, I'm excited to see what it would look like if you're gonna make it easier, you're gonna make it shorter, like just like putt putt, or is it gonna be like a real golf course?
No, it's going to be a real golf course, all
Okay,
that.
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I still can't go low
Championship
then.
ready. It's going to be championship ready when we're done. It's going to be exciting. You know, very few golf courses have as many holes going towards a large body of water like that. So we're going
Wow.
towards the Atlantic on the Calabogie Sound, which is a very wide piece of water.
Mhm.
And you see that 9 times on the golf course. And you just think Pebble Beach, you don't see that much water on Pebble Beach. You do get some breathtaking views as you're coming in, but in the middle of the round, you know, you're in the middle of ground. But Reese Jones did a great job of designing this and really leveraging that bay view.
Yeah, there were a number of times where we were paused on a green. I missed a meeting that was somewhat important, but not really on Saturday. And I said, I'm hard at work, guys. Sorry, I can't make it. And they're like, man, I need a different job because, you're sitting there just panning across. You see the lighthouse in the distance with all the boats for the RBC. What a great, just a great Saturday.
Yeah, just have the dolphins follow you on the way there. It's like cue the dolphins. Yeah, it's just idyllic.
So the actual of the golf course itself, the actual structure, the bones, the layout will basically be the same. It's just
Yeah,
kind of
it's
redoing. Yeah.
yeah, it's largely a restoration, but you know, as the ball and the driver improved, of course, some bunkers are no longer challenging the right players. So we're going to make those adjustments. There's areas where the agronomy could improve by increasing some airflow and some light. So we'll be doing some removal of some of the trees, but largely keeping it as natural as possible because that's a big part of Haig Point is how natural the oaks are and the Spanish moss, and so we'll
Well,
maintain all that, but it will be largely a restoration.
I know you said the membership has voted to move forward with this, and with any kind of restoration where the golf is a big part of what people do. How long of a project is this going to be? And what is kind of the sense and feeling from the membership about? Because I'm guessing there's not going to be any golf there for a little while, correct?
Actually, we're always going to have 18 holes available. We're going to do 9 holes at a time. We're
Wow.
also going to build a state-of-the-art fitness center and some other amenities during the course of it. It's about a 5-year program, and it also includes a lot of new homes that we've got developers coming in to build. And so we'll see about 20 new homes a year. Starting next year, we'll have 5 next year, and we'll have 20 the year after until we get another 115 houses built. So for us, it's the right time because most of the clubs in the county are pushing full, and so we'll have the best newest product on the market coming forward.
Will
Well,
there still be the 29 holes like at the end
There's
of the
still
day?
be 29 holes, and you know the reason there's 29 holes is because Reese Jones said, "Well, if a hurricane wipes out one of our tee boxes, we have extra tee boxes just in an extra potential hole, just in case we have a hurricane wipe out some land."
Well, I can tell you that not only from members, but also the guys on the ferry afterwards hauling their golf bags. It's busy out there. So talk about like the accessibility of the course, not just from a member's perspective, but also if this is the first time you're hearing of this, you're taking a trip to the south and you're in Hilton or something like that. tell someone why they should, which I think they should, take the ferry across the sound and go play some golf out there.
You know, I would start out by saying, when this golf course came online, it was in the top 40 in the world,
Wow.
by Golf Digest. It's got a special routing. Every hole is different. You don't feel like you just played the same par four over and over again. You've got the beautiful body of water. And so I think it's a bucket list kind of thing. Most of the guys you saw are from a club where we've got reciprocity, or they're, discovery visitors that are interested in actually buying property here. But I would tell you it's a once in a lifetime kind of golf course. I've been in the business 30 years. I've played some of the greatest places in the country, and I think we rank with them. I really do. And I think once we get this renovation done, you're going to see property values here go through the roof. And the golf experience is always really great.
At the oyster roast on Saturday night, I sat with a couple of gentlemen that figured out that we were actually going to be playing with them on Saturday, but one of them had a sore knee, and I think they might have ended up playing the other 9 holes, the oyster or whatever it's called, and just talking with them, and they said, this week is pretty busy because we had talked about, the course seemed packed. We hit that back 9, and it was a lot slower. I think we still finished in, I don't know, 4.5
4 and a
hours for the
half.
whole round, which
Mhm.
is great. But they said you come back when it's not the Heritage Week, and you can fly around. You feel like you're out there all by yourself. So
Yeah.
compare and contrast, like the busyness of the Heritage Week on the golf course, at least, versus every other week.
This location has about a third of the members that live on the island are full timers. Many of my members have 2 or 3 other homes, and so they're in or out, but they're all here during Heritage. Everybody's here during Heritage and 4th of July. Those are our big moments here. They've got a house full of guests, and so that's what you were seeing is, just everybody here for the Heritage. But on a normal week, like this next week, you'll tee off and you'll be done in 3.5 hours, most likely. You won't see another foursome in front of you or behind you, because we're not that large a club, and we're not that large on purpose. We're going to stay um, pretty close to the size we are. That 115 homes, I believe, is where we're going to stop, because we don't want to be like the other clubs in the community here, where you have to get on a lottery to get a tee time. Uh, this is a very VIP experience here. It's supposed to be peaceful. It's supposed to be high services and extremely natural. And I think we're hitting all those things really well.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think halfway through the round, Robbie and I mentioned to each other that it is sort of a neighborhood course, right? Like you're going through and by houses, but you never actually feel like you're surrounded by homes. Even some of the fairways where you turn and look, you're like, oh, that's where we're staying. But it doesn't feel like you're crowded
Right.
in or having to worry about, hitting someone's backyard or something like that.
I think Reese did a masterful job when he master planned the community. There's great setbacks behind every house, so you don't feel like the golf course is right on top of the houses, like so many developments in all of the southeast. There are large lots here. Um, I would also say that as he master planned the community, like you went to the Calabogie restaurant for the oyster roast, and you noticed that beach road
Yeah.
was set back so far away from the homes that have the Calabogie view. Those homes were designed so that they don't own the beachfront, that all members own the beachfront. So in the morning, there's a dozen people reading at the Adirondack chairs. It just feels like that asset belongs to the waterfront, belongs to the community.
Yeah.
And the members really love it. Even the members who have the waterfront view, they love seeing their neighbors walk that shell road.
How do members describe it? Do they describe it as like a golf community, a beach community, like an oasis? I know the term paradise across the sound was thrown out a number of times. How would the majority of the members describe Haig
I
Point?
think most of them will call it kind of a sanctuary away from the
Mm,
real world, especially that two-thirds of my members that have had or currently have a very high-end, high-stress job in large cities with lots of noise and chaos and traffic. I mean, three golf carts going down one road at the same time is a traffic jam here. It's just a completely silent community. There's no light pollution, no noise pollution, and it's just an all-encompassing lifestyle for them. They've got high-end food, high-end golf. They're going to have high-end fitness, and it just all the other amenities you would expect without all the chaos of living in a major city.
yeah. Now, the rest of the island also, if I remember correctly, historically does have some extra golf out there too. So is that ever something like on a master plan somewhere where it's like, hey, maybe we'll open up another course and provide the again historical views of those types of things?
I think Haig Point is going to focus on Haig Point first, but obviously there's some great opportunity here to connect further up the waterway, and maybe we'll do that one day. But we want to get the right things right for our current members and our current property. But I live here. I'm a resident on the island, not just a Hague Pointer, and I definitely want to see this island be all it could be.
Well, you mentioned the food and just incredible
Oh, so good.
community aspect of it. And we were there during where everybody was there, all the members and their guests and fun stuff. And there were a couple big events. But describe, besides just the oyster roast and the low country party that we got to experience, describe the food scene for those that might not know about it.
Yeah, when I came there was one chef here and a bunch of cooks, and they did okay. But one of the things I'm really good at is recruiting a really good culinary team. So now we have really five culinary school educated chefs that work the different departments here, and we're probably the only club on the East Coast that has its own built-in commercial bakery, which is what you saw in the mansion,
Yeah.
that has walk up and buy pastries first thing in the morning, or fresh baked croissants, or savory croissant sandwiches and things like that. That doesn't happen in most clubs. So we really have evolved what was about a $800,000 operation into about a $3.5 million food and beverage operation. So we're really proud
Wow.
of where we've gone, and most of our events are all completely fully subscribed. The oyster roast that you had was on a wait list,
Well, we appreciate you getting us past that wait
but of
list. That was
course,
that was a lot of fun. Now the almond croissant that I had from the bakery was incredible, and you could tell it was one of those. This isn't a store bought thing. It's not a factory produced. Like this was fresh. Like somebody spent some time and skill in making this thing. So
yeah, yeah.
that and coffee and sitting on the back porch was
Oh,
perfect.
thank you, thank you. Savannah Broder is our head pastry chef. She came with me from CCNC, and when she was in North Carolina, she won Pastry Chef of the Year for North Carolina 3 years in a row. She's pretty
Wow.
special.
That is
Is it
really cool.
default that she wins that award on Defusky since there isn't another
That's right. That's
baker?
right.
Like
She's pastry chef of
she's
Defusky. Absolutely.
undefeated.
What's your
That
what's your
makes a lot
favorite
of
meal
easy.
down there?
Yeah.
What's your favorite meal down there?
The chef makes a short rib here that just melts in your mouth. I like that. And anything fish, they do super well, especially redfish, which is a local fish that you can catch in the California. And it's just fantastic here.
Oh, it is all really, really good. And you said your goal is kind of the 150 home sites. Where are they now?
Where the home sites, they're on that 9-hole golf course and scattered throughout the neighborhood.
Okay.
So the
How many do you
9-hole
currently have
golf
right
course
now?
would get renovated first.
Okay. Gotcha. Very nice. And you think the word of mouth, is that what's spreading and bringing more and more people to see what it's all about, and then
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah, I think
buy and
so, and
build.
I think the news will catch up on our renovation plan. We'll be breaking that story out pretty soon, and that'll drive a lot more. But I tell you what, a third of the people who get off that boat on a discovery visit wind up buying some piece of property, mostly existing homes because people want things to be pretty turnkey, and so we're going to provide more of those existing homes. That's our plan.
We weren't exactly on a discovery trip to become a member, but I've looked on Zillow. I've looked at like the website and everything else because I was sitting there thinking like, do do I live here? Do I just visit here? How do I get my family back? Like it really was that Robbie and I kept talking like this is so surreal, like the space and the place. And I've lived in the Southeast now for 20 years. Robbie's from here. We've done beach trips. Like this is we've
This,
gone to
yeah.
the ocean, and whenever you park your car and get on that ferry, you realize you're entering a whole nother world of what peace and calm, like you mentioned, the idea that you were there that first day and you had birds and the ocean and I mean, it really is almost like old our town like, except it's, on an island. We were driving by and
It,
there's a guy with
yeah.
his dog on a chair by the water.
And I think it's one of the safest places in the planet, really. We've got full-time ambulance service that just services about
Yeah.
500 people on the island. The county takes care of that. We provide boat service if you need to go to the hospital. Helicopter can land here to take you to the hospital. And there's zero crime here. There's just no crime here. Everybody is, pretty level-headed that lives on the island. And you're right. Like you said, it's the most tranquil place in America today, in my opinion. You have to leave the country and go to a pretty uh, uh, secluded place to have what we have here. And we are just 10 minutes from Harbor Town or 30 minutes
Wow.
from Hilton Head. And I just don't think you find this anywhere in the country. I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
So
Yeah,
you're
it
saying you're
it
not
felt
gonna get
like
recruited. If someone calls you now, you can't be recruited back to Indiana or somewhere like
I
that.
don't think I'm going back to Indiana anytime soon. I love my friends back at Sycamore. I really do. They're some of the best friends of my life, but they're coming here. They're coming here.
that is for sure. And it's funny, mentioned leaving the car behind. It kind of felt like when you get to go to the Masters and you have to leave your cell phone. It kind of felt like that same thing because you realize while you're there that you don't need it and how much more you can enjoy without looking at it. And the same
Yeah.
thing with leaving your car, and it's like I'm here, where, what the quote, where your feet are planted, right? You're enjoying the space and the time that you are at a
And I'll tell
particular
you, the
location. So
longer you're here, the more of all those worldly things you shed. Like
Yeah.
I barely watch television anymore. I do watch you guys, and I do follow all my favorite golf sites. But I'm not flipping channels at night. I'm just sitting out on my patio, listening to the ocean, watching the birds go by, watching the boats go by, and you just start shedding all of this noise in your life. And I can't tell you how much better I feel on a day to day basis than I did even when I lived in Pinehurst, which is a very quiet place. Um, I am more myself here than anywhere else on earth. I don't know where
man,
you
that's a
find it. I don't know where you find
yeah.
it anywhere else.
That's a great quote. I tried to refrain from telling my wife how much fun and how peaceful it was
Well, you
while we
guys
were
bring the
there.
kids and the wives back, and we'll get your house all lined up. It'll be great.
That sounds good. Well, I know you have a busy schedule in your quiet, peaceful life, but we'll start to kind of transition towards the back half of this thing. And you mentioned you get out and play some golf, and it sounds like you play and to have fun like we do. And so I got to ask the question, like, what's the story of your most memorable golf shot?
Uh, well, on Cardinal Golf Course, the first par three, It's the closest I've ever gotten to a hole in one. The sun was just coming up, and I'd snuck out before the members got out. I got just behind the mowers, and I hit it, and I'd swear it was a centimeter from going in. But that was just like a great moment for me. No, I've never had a hole in one. Still trying. I'll try again tomorrow. But that's
We're
probably.
all tied then.
And then I
Right.
think the next best thing. My dad was a very serious golfer in Indianapolis, and he would take me to Eagle Creek in Indianapolis, if you've ever played there, on Sundays in the afternoon, and just walking 9 holes with my dad as a kid. I still remember it like it was yesterday. It was very meaningful for me.
That's great.
Nice.
That is perfect. Well, another thing we like to do with all of our guests is what we call a quick nine, just a little back and forth. It sounds like you might have a few to choose from. What is the favorite course that you've ever played?
Well, I'm loving Haig Point right now, but I think CCNC's Cardinal Golf Course is probably one of the best, and Sycamore Hills would be my close second there. I think Sycamore in Fort Wayne, Indiana, is a hidden gem, and it is always in pristine condition.
We'll have to check those out. Cardinals, the one you said going to be doing the
Yeah,
renovation.
Cardinal's going to do a renovation, and I'm pretty sure they're getting ready to name their architect and move forward. I think it's going to be a pretty groundbreaking, very competitive golf course. So I think Hague Point's going to be in better shape.
Of course,
Take that, guys.
of course. All right. Well,
We're gonna
what
we're going to be better.
always. What course is at the top of your bucket list?
I'd love to play Augusta just one time. Yeah, I would love to play Augusta just one time. But I had a friend that ran honors. I would also love to get there.
I've heard that is special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad choices. All right. Excluding Hague Point, since we're telling everybody about it now, what is the favorite course that no one knows about?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I think Sycamore Hills, since it's no longer on Golf Digest Top 100, and I don't think they care about rankings anymore. I really think it is underrated completely. It's always in championship condition. I mean, the rough is penal. It's the way it should be. I think a lot of people, if you're ever in the Midwest, you should try that golf course. I really
Is
do.
that a private or a public course?
It's a private course. It's owned by one family,
Okay.
and they don't cut any corners. It's a beautiful clubhouse, but that golf course is superior, just superior.
Yeah. We've got some friends that live in Indianapolis, so Jonathan, we might need to go visit them and
Right.
find out how to get on Sycamore.
Yeah,
Put
let
it
me
on the
know
list for
when you
sure.
get up there. Yeah, that's some of my
Yeah.
best friends in life are up there.
That'd be
Nice.
great.
All right. Who would be in your dream foursome?
Oh goodness. Well, there's a guy named Barry LeBeouf who was club president at Sycamore, and he took the chance on me and made me CEO there. And so he definitely would be the best friend I would pick. And I'd certainly love Nicholas to play with us. And I don't know who the third one would be. Probably Nick Dunlap, who won the U.S. Junior at
Mhm.
Nice.
CCNC. He's been out here at Hague Point a couple of times. He's just a fine young man. He's on the tour now, grinding it out. I think I'd love to have him in my foursome.
Big
Very
group.
nice.
All right. I don't know if Hague Point has a signature snack, but what has been your favorite snack you've had at the turn?
So Savannah, the pastry chef, makes these peanut butter protein bars.
We had them.
We
Yeah,
had
we
that.
had those. 100%.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's like almost no sugar in it, but I tell you
Wow.
what, it's just delicious. It's so good for you. So
My
I
f-
like those on the turn. That's better than a hot dog.
My
But
favorite part was that at the end of it, like you had crumbs left over in a bag, and you could just like squeeze it and turn it into a little last little
Newborn.
bite ball. Yeah.
Yeah, they're moist. They're just wonderful.
Oh,
It was really, really good.
it was great.
What is Haig Point has a great one, so we'll exclude that. But what's your favorite golf course logo?
Favorite golf course logo? I liked Wingfoot. Wingfoot. I like that logo a lot. Yeah.
Classic. Yep.
Yeah, it's a classic.
All right. Of all the places you visited, what has been your favorite pro shop purchase?
Well, I just bought the new TaylorMade. Got the whole bag. And I love that new driver. I really do. It is just my new best friend.
Very nice. Jonathan needs a new driver best friend for sure.
I have a TaylorMade mini driver that I'm turning into a mini driver. I'm shaving it down. We'll see if it works. We'll see if it works.
Give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been pretty happy with those. So I think that's my favorite. My second favorite would be in my bag. My dad's an engineer by trade. He's long since retired, but he made putters as a hobby. And so I still use a milled putter that he made for
Wow.
me. And I tell you what, I'm bonded with that putter for life for more than one reason. So
That's amazing.
Very nice.
yeah. When I'm
That's
tapping
so
in that
cool.
1 centimeter,
Right.
If only he made like a 7-iron, right?
it
It would have gone in. All right. What is one thing golfers should do?
I think golfers should respect the amount of work that goes into their experience. You get guys getting up at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning to set up that golf course, and the diesel fumes and the chemistry that goes behind the golf course, and all the details, making the coffee and getting everything ready so that you guys have a great time. I think every golfer, when they see a staffer, should show some gratitude and say thank you to those folks, because they love what they do, and especially behind the scenes, they hardly hear it. And boy, it'd be great if they heard it from the golfers. So guys, just let them know. Just let them know.
What a great point, right? Instead of being frustrated with whatever isn't, just recognizing what is that it took to get to that spot.
Yeah, making greens fast is not an easy thing.
They were quick too. If you went with the grain, they were very quick.
Thank you.
All right, last one. Finish the sentence. The best part of golf is.
The best part of golf is the relationships. The relationships. It's playing with your buddies. It's meeting new friends. It's the community that you join if you join a private club. It's the staff. It's everybody behind the scenes. I think it's all those inner workings of relationships that really are a great example of all of life, and everything that you do at a golf course really helps you through the rest of your life. And so for me, that's the most meaningful part. It's all these great relationships.
We completely agree. And this is another example of exactly that. Like, the game of golf has brought us together, and we are thankful to call you a friend, and extremely thankful again for the hospitality that you and your team and everybody involved with the stuff going on at Haig Point provided to us. So thank you, Don.
Well, thank you. Thank you, fellas. It's been great being on the show.
Yeah. Well, for Don and Jonathan, this is Robbie, and you guys have been listening to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast.